a joy it is to wake up here at Bakubung, people of the hippo. Well, we're at the Bakubung Bush Lodge here in the Northwest Province, surrounded by the majestic Pilanesberg Nature Reserve. It is bright and early, and as you can see, I've got my strong coffee and my rusks. And today we are going to follow the sun, make happy happen on this morning live edition with McDonald's. Come along with us for the ride. Morning, guys. Thank you, Albert.
There you go.
Thank you. Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, you ready?
So we're going to see Simba and Kumba and a leopard, right?
We're going to try our best.
Bye. I think that's the one. From an urban jungle to the rustic savanna hills, we are literally in an extinct volcano, which forms part of the Pilanesberg Nature Reserve after billions of years. And to tell us a little bit more about this and some of the offerings, I'm joined by Ranger Valbert Vulcan to explore a little bit further. Good morning. Thank you so much. I mean, we have been blessed. We have seen some of the big five. We've heard some of the sounds from the various animals as well. Talk to us about the animals that are on offer. We didn't manage to see the leopard though.
Yeah, unfortunately, the leopard eluded us this morning, but luckily we were blessed to see the male lion, the female lions, a lot of elephants and rhinos. So in the Pilanesberg, in this old alkaline ring complex, there's of course the big five, which is your lion, leopard, rhino, buffalo and elephant, but we also have cheetahs that you find in the park. Then various species of birds. If you're very interested into birding, definitely a location to come to look at bird life. We have about, I think, close to 300 species of birds in the park, or that can be found in the park. And then, of course, various antelope species, plains game. So yes, it has quite a lot of game to offer.
Yeah, I mean, we literally saw them crossing in front of our vehicle. I'm looking at the surroundings. I mentioned that it's an extinct volcano, the magma chambers, over billions of years. We saw the dams forming as well. Talk to us about the surrounding areas. What's on offer on that front as well?
So, like I said about the alkaline ring complex, this used to be an old volcano, and we are basically in the belly of the volcano. And the mountains that you see surrounding us, those are the old magma chambers. But on the periphery of the park, on the outside, you have different communities that stay here. A lot of the people from those communities work at the various lodges. So we also have Sun City, which is very close to Bakubung Bush Lodge. Also a very popular tourist attraction. And then different resorts that offer various quad biking, game drive experiences. But for instance, here at Bakubung, we are a family resort, so people of all ages are welcome, from the little ones all the way up to grandma and grandpa. At Bakubung, we have got, it's situated to the south, we've got the villas there, we've got the timeshare units with a lot of swimming pools, tennis courts,
I mean, because it's 55,000 hectares, right? There's different sections as well. We are at the Bakubung Bush Lodge. What are the other sections under the group legacy?
Okay, under the group legacy, we also have a bit more to the southeast of Bakubung, which is in the south. We have Komaritan, one of our sister lodges. And then a little bit more to the center in the southwest of the park, we have Chukudu Lodge, also legacy, but a very exclusive lodge. That's more for small groups that go there to stay a bit more in the park.
So we saw some of the big five animals, and I remember seeing the rhino dung, and you mentioned there's a difference between the white rhino and the black rhino, and then we also saw some dung beetles. Perhaps you could explain a little bit more about that phenomenon in relation to the ecosystem at Lodge.
Yes, so as we were driving, we came across the rhino midden, which is used by the rhinos as marking in their territory. Like I explained, you could see the difference between the white and the black rhino by looking at the dung. You'll see that white rhino has got a lot of grass, it's dark dung compared to the black rhino, which will have a lot of twigs and leaves in it, and it's a bit more red in color because of the tannin. So that's very interesting to see the differences in how two different species can actually share the same midden, because there's no competition between the two of them.
Speaking of which, Valbert, I know that you're like a walking encyclopedia, and thank you so much for joining us. You also make a mean cup of coffee, which was much needed this early morning. Valbert Vulcan is a ranger here at the Bakubung Bush Lodge, just taking us this morning on that scenic drive. We managed to see some of the big five animals, and of course just have a little picnic in the Savannah Hills. So we're going to leave it there and continue on our little adventure as we continue to follow the sun and find more happy memories. We woke up bright and early to follow the sun, and we even managed to spot some of our majestic big five. And now it's time for some much needed rest and relaxation. Come with us as we head over to the Bakubung Legacy Balance Spa for some much needed downtime. Hello, how are you again? I'm good, thanks. I need it. Thank you. Whew. Makes me ready for the end. Yeah. Oh, no, thank you. I'm excited. Yeah, I definitely am. I'm ready to put my hands up for this. Yeah. Is it baked so that we pulled it up a bit, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So we're about 2 hours away from Johannesburg, 10 minutes from Sun City. We are surrounded by the gorgeous Pilanesberg Nature Reserve. The animals have paid us a visit as well. George Mokoteri, General Manager of Bakubung Lodge, thank you for your time and welcome to the SABC. Perhaps you could talk to us about this establishment, what's on offer, the different sections as well that one can explore.
Hi Liesl, and thank you for having me. Yes, as you have correctly pointed out, you are within the rich expanses of the malaria-free Pilanesberg National Park, which is 55,000 hectares of land. And within these rich expanses of malaria-free Pilanesberg National Park, you find this beautiful lodge called Bakubung Bush Lodge, which is a part of Legacy Hotels and Resorts Group. Bakubung Lodge, we are very fortunate to be situated where we are, just over 2 hours from the big cities such as Johannesburg, Pretoria, the big airports such as OR Tambo International Airport and Lasiria Airport. So the proximity to all these big cities makes us easily accessible.
Following the sun here, it's a beautiful day and there's so much on offer, specifically here at Bakubung Bush Lodge. What makes this area so unique?
Lizel, like I mentioned, that our ability to find ourselves in a malaria-free Pilanesberg National Park gives us the opportunity to cater to guests of all ages. If what you are looking for as a guest is the beauty of nature intertwining with hospitality, and you are looking at a luxury escape, an authentic African bush experience, look no further than Bakubung Lodge.
Let's get into that, because there are plenty of activities to immerse oneself in, both for children, actually for different age groups. Talk to us about, some of those offerings and who it's catered to as well, how family friendly it also has become.
Let us start with our youngest. We all know that if you want to catch mommy and daddy's hearts, you've got to catch the hearts of the little ones. So we've got 2 tailor-made programs. Number one, we've got a program called Junior Ranger Program, which offers a range of wildlife activities tailored to suit the little ones, from as young as 4 years to as old as 15 years. So during that period, we're giving mommy and daddy the opportunity to explore what Bakubung has to offer. The serenity of the spa, sundowner with breathtaking views of the malaria-free Pilanesberg National Park, or indulge in some game drive activities for adults. And number 2, we have a program called Hippo Kiddies Program, which is tailored to cater for the youngest. So again, we give mommy and daddy some time to spend some time together, engage in all the other activities while we take care of the little ones. And it's important for me to mention, Lizel, that all of this is happening under the supervision of a dedicated, trained facilitator. So you need not worry about the safety of your children.
Speaking of safety and comfort and luxury in, this picturesque bush fault, talk to us about the accommodation on offer. I mean, we are at the Executive Villa Suite. There's also the Executive Suites, but the different variety that's on offer at this establishment.
We offer a variety of accommodation options, starting with luxury hotel accommodation, self-catering chalets, and the state-of-the-art villas, which is exactly where we are right now. Within our hotel accommodation offerings, we've got the 3 different categories, starting from the entry level, which is popularly known as standard room. Although for us, each and every room is designed with comfort and style in mind, offering either stunning views, panoramic views of the park, or proximity to facilities such as restaurant, kiddies play area, and the reception area.
The way to anyone's heart is through their stomach. And I know that, on our way here, they were setting up. So there's quite an affair that's going to be on offer. Talk to us about what that buffet experience is like for both breakfast, lunch, and supper, and some of the special offerings and some of on the days.
We are very well known for providing not just good service, but good food. So you will notice when you indulge in the food this evening that we are combining local flavors with international cuisine very, very beautifully, ranging from buffet-styled setups to a la carte menus. Okay. And what we do, all of this is freshly prepared, and most of our ingredients are locally sourced.
Okay. What's been a memorable moment for you to date, working alongside or under the Legacy Group that comes to mind as we're speaking?
There is never a dull moment in the bush.
No.
Lizel, every day is an exciting day. I mean, waking up in the morning to these amazing views, to working with an amazing team, and to catering to amazing guests. We have hosted personalities, celebrities, politicians, you name it. And every day is never the same. You can wake up in the morning, having your day planned, but there is definitely something exciting that is going to happen in the day. So we look forward to every day with excitement.
Guided walks, safaris, we're surrounded by the majestic mountains as well in the Northwest Province. George, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely looking forward to plenty of the action, especially that buffet that we're waiting for and that early game drive. Let's leave the conversation there for now, and we'll catch you on the next one. So moving from the elegant upmarket executive villa to the heart of the bushveld here at the Boma Fire at Bakubung Bush Lodge, I'm joined by General Manager for Bakubung Bush Lodge, George Mokotedi once again. George, welcome back. We were chatting about the different portfolios that Group Legacy has on offer. Walk us through what that entails.
Lizel, thank you. Legacy has an extensive portfolio ranging from hotels, resorts, bush lodges, and residences. Just to give you a quick breakdown of our footprint, here in the Pilanesberg where we are, we've got Bakubung Bush Lodge, Kwamaritane Bush Lodge, and our exclusive 5-star Tsukudu Bush Lodge. And just to give you a breakdown of the areas, if we move into Pretoria, we've got the Centurion Hotel. If we move into Gauteng in Sandton, we've got the iconic Leonardo. We've got the Da Vinci Hotel and Suites. We've got the Michelangelo Towers, we've got Raphael Penthouse. And then if we move a little bit further into the Mpumalanga area in Kruger, we've got Kruger Park Lodge, we've got Elephant Point. And then down in Castleben, we've got the Drakensberg Resort. And then in Western Cape, in the V&A waterfront, we've got Commodore and Portsmouth Hotels. And then further down, we've got Wilderness Dunes. And then if we move out of South Africa, a little bit into Africa, in Namibia, we've got the Swakopmund Hotel and Entertainment Center. And then we've got the Windhoek Country Club Resort. And then in Gabon, we've got Hotel Crystal. So that is the footprint of Legacy in South Africa and in Africa.
It's also important for the group to coexist with its surroundings. Bakubung Bush Lodge, for example, we're looking at some of the policies and the non-interference stances that have been taken. Talk to us about how that's an offer. But I mean, in the background, we can hear the marimba dancers and singers as well. It's important to give back and also coexist with the community. How has that been honed over the years?
Absolutely, Lizel, you're touching on a very important point or subject. Bakubung Bush Lodge is within the Pilanesberg National Park. And just to give you a quick background on Pilanesberg National Park, when this area was designated into a national park, the first thing that had to be done was for the farmers to be moved together with their infrastructure, and then the animals were introduced into the park. This process was known as the Operation Genesis, which saw the introduction of the animals into the park. And this is, to date, the biggest translocation of animals to date. And to move away a little bit from that, and before I move away, it's important to mention that since the animals were introduced, we've allowed them to enjoy their natural habitat. There is very, very little involvement of humans. Humans get involved only with the rhinos for their own safety. Okay. So since this is a nature conservation area, hunting is strictly prohibited. Okay. And then going back to our corporate social investment with the marimba guys that are playing in our background. So this is our in-house marimba band together with traditional dancers. These guys, what the company did, we bought them a set of marimbas. We got a professional to come and train them. And from there, they took on like a house on fire. They've got a musical ear, and they're out here on Wednesdays and Saturdays with our Boma dinners, entertaining our guests. The proceeds that they make goes towards improving their lives and improving their livelihoods.
And George, speaking of which, upon coming here, we had an elephant stop us in our tracks and we had to patiently wait. So I definitely understand, what it's like to respect nature and work alongside her as well. But you mentioned the bomber fire and the bomber enclosure. I mean, for those who are not privy to understanding what this custom entails, how rich has it been and what has that added to the experience for those who come here?
Lizel, a bomber is a true, authentic African safari experience. The word bomber, if I can explain it to you very quickly, it was inspired by a Swahili word which means a safe and closed area. So we are bringing our guests under the sky in an open environment, but it's a safe and closed area to come and enjoy a dining experience. Now, a bomber dinner experience is not just a meal experience. It's a celebration of African culture, it's a celebration of African flavor and cuisine, and it's an opportunity for us to showcase our true home hospitality as South Africans.
Well, we're definitely counting down to that. Thank you so much for joining us here on the SABC at this hour.
Lizel, it was an absolute pleasure, and thank you so much for being with us.
The night is not over. We managed to follow the sun from dawn till dusk here at the Bakubung Bush Lodge. We are currently in the heart of the Bushveld Savannah Hills. As you saw, we got to see some of the big five. We stayed in luxurious accommodation. The tranquility of the spa was also so relaxing. Of course, surrounded by the picturesque, majestic mountains of the Pilanesberg Nature Reserve. And you may ask, what else is left? Well, George has just alluded to it, of course. We're going to be enjoying what the night sky has to offer. It has been an absolute pleasure for myself, Liesl Wilson, and the team for Morning Live SABC with McDonald's. Continue to follow in on this action. In fact, let's continue to follow the sun and make happy happen.
Girl, living your best life.
From dusk till dawn till
Soft
dusk.
life. Look at you.
No, it was amazing to see what Mother Nature has to offer. Our
Yeah,
country is
eh?
beautiful. It
It
was
is,
definitely an amazing way to follow the sun and make happy happen. I'm
And
looking
the
forward
best
to
way
yours.
to do it is just safaring, yeah?
Yes, and we got to see almost all the big five except the cheetah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was definitely something to go and explore. Oh, it's
And
majestic.
the lines were so close, eh?
They literally walked past. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my gosh. It was, yeah.
Well, that was amazing. Follow the sun, make happy happen with McDonald's.